welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I have not uploaded in a while. There has been a lot of things going on. We moved back into our house and then some other personal things happened in my family, and then Thanksgiving happened, and then it just was really busy for me. So for today's video, I am going to be playing with the Colourpop and RawBeautyKristi collection. I am so excited for this. I know this is really late and everybody else has their videos up. It is what it is, and I really wanted to play with it. So I got the palette and I got one of the glosses and one Supershock shadow. I don't really wear eyeliner, so I didn't pick up any of those, and I could have gotten all of the Supershocks because I love those a lot. And I was tempted to get both glosses, but I've never tried the Luxe Gloss formula, so I didn't know if I liked it or not, so that's why I only picked up one. Here is the palette. I'm sure you have all seen this. I love it so much. It's so adorable. Here is the inside. It just looks so beautiful. I am super excited about these purpley tones here, and this color right here has really caught my eye. So let's just dive right in. Enough chit chat about that. I already have my eyes primed with my Milani primer, and my eyebrows are filled in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. So let's just jump right in. First, I am going to dip into the shade Old Growth here. It's this really pretty mauve color, and I'm going to put this right in my transition area and crease, and just blend this out. Is it the same color as this blush? Let me see. Okay, so here is the shade Old Growth from the palette, and this is the blush. This is the I Need Space blush from Kathleen Lights. They're pretty darn similar. That would make a beautiful monochromatic eye look if you just slap this all over the lid and use that blush. Very pretty. I'm sorry if the lighting and the sound is really horrible in this video. Since we just moved back, things are still kind of a mess, and our house isn't 100% done. The room that I was going to be using to make my videos isn't done yet, so I am currently in my living room. I'm just kind of winging it. Okay, I'm going to take a cleaner brush. This isn't super clean, but it doesn't have anything on it. I wiped it off. And I'm going to buff that out really good, just to make it really seamless. I'm going to take the brush I was using before and just kind of pull this out just a little. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My neighbors are outside and my living room is at the very front of my house, and so you can hear when people are talking kind of loud, so sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Puffball just very lightly, and I'm kind of going to put it, like, I'm going to tilt my head back and put it directly in this crease area. More so in the front portion of my lid, like right here. And then I will blend it back and forth. I just wanted this to be a little more dimensional before I added the deeper colors. I'm going to go into that brush I was using to blend, and I'm just going to run through all of this really lightly one more time. Just making sure it's all nice and soft. I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller brush. Don't judge my brushes. They're all filthy. I'm wiping them off really good, but they're still very stained. Okay, I'm going to take the shade Amanita right here, the purpley one, and I'm going to use this on the outer corner, focusing it first closest to my lash line, and then kind of pulling it out here, and then blending it into my crease. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Kristi, you did such a good job. I like to go back and forth and just fine tune the shape really lightly. And I work in small little sections going back and forth between each eye, so I don't make a big boo-boo on one eye and then have to match the mistake on the other eye. And with these deeper shades, I really like to pat them in place and then diffuse the color. That's just what I have found works best for me. I'm going to use that brush that we were using to just diffuse everything. I haven't dipped into any colors. And just kind of run this along the edge and buff that purple into these crease colors here. I am going to use the shade Evergreen. It's this really cool green brown shift. I don't know if my camera is picking it up, especially in this lighting. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna pick that up and I'm going to apply it with my finger first. So there it is with a finger, and I really want to see what it looks like applied with a wet brush. I'm like patting along the edge of the purple to blend this together. I really want to use this blue here called PNW, yeah. And I'm using an angled brush, and I'm gonna kind of press this along here, kind of acting as a liner. But I'm kind of flicking upwards as to make it kind of smudgy. And I'm kind of stopping about halfway and then like just blending that in. Because I wanted a little pop of blue out here, but I didn't want to cover up that purple. Okay, now I am going to dip into the Supershock. It is just super, super adorable. The little mushroom on the cap is so cute. I'm sorry if you can hear snoring in the background. It's my dog. She insisted on napping right next to me, and she's just too cute to move. Forest green on this is really pretty. I got the shade Olympic here. I've already swatched it. Couldn't help myself, but it looks so beautiful. So there, that is on my finger. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to tap this, focusing it on the inner corner portion of my lid, and then blending out. Oh, this shade right here would look so beautiful, tapped all over the lid with a little bit of bronzer or blush, and then with some bright red lipstick. That would be so beautiful. I don't want this video to be forever long, so I'm going to hop off and do my complexion real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I've got foundation, concealer, and bronzer. I will have everything listed down below that I used. So let's move on to the lower lash line. I am going to start off with the shade Old Growth again, and I'm gonna buff this all over. It's very pigmented, very rich. And I'm just gonna continue to buff this down into this little eye bag area. I'm going to take the shade P&W, that nice blue, on that same angled brush that I used on the top lid. And I'm just gonna connect this on the outer corner, keeping this real close to the lash line. I'm going to take a little brush like this. It's kind of flat and tapered. And I'm going to dip the edge into Amanita again. Well, not again, but Amanita. And then I'm going to kind of buff out that blue. Then I'm going to use that brush that we had that first shade on. Run that across again just to continue to buff and blend, so I just don't have a harsh line. Then I'm going to take that same brush that we had Evergreen on. I'm going to dip into that, and I'm going to run this along inner portion, and I'm kind of buffing it into that outer corner, but I'm not pulling it all the way in. I want things to be a little bit more grounded on there, so I'm going to take the shade Puffball. On this is an Elf and J Kiss at J1 brush. And I'm going to very, very lightly skim this along that bottom edge just to warm it up a little bit. And I might throw the rest up here. I'm going to take my clean blendy brush and just blend, blend, blend. I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on because I think that'll help tie everything together. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Mascara. And I'm just going to pile this on until my lashes are really lashy. I'm sorry if I keep moving around or my head position keeps changing. I'm sitting on the floor and it's very uncomfortable. Okay, so now I am going to do some highlight. I'm going to use my Revlon Skin Lights Skin Lights highlight in the shade 201. Dip into this and swirl it on my cheekbones. Can't do that just in the monitor. I have to have a mirror. I'm gonna put it right here on my nose, my chin, and then I'm gonna take my sponge and just press over that real gently. And then I am going to take that same highlighter and use it as an inner corner highlight. And I'm gonna pull it up around that green to help brighten up my eyes a little more. And I'm also gonna pull it down on my lower lash line as well, just to help brighten things up since it's pretty bold. I got this eyeliner. This is the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in the shade Magenta Shock. I keep trying to put this on my waterline because I really want it to work and it just never does, but maybe this time it will. I'm gonna try to like warm it up on the back of my hand. Okay, it's kind of working. I keep having to put it on the back of my hand and scribble to warm it up and get it creamy so it goes in my waterline. I got it to work, so I guess that's a win. Now time for blush. I got two new blushes. One is the Patrick Ta blush duo in the shade She's That Girl. That might look really cute. And then I got the Revlon blush in the shade Rosy Rendezvous. I've heard Allie Glines really rave about this blush. I don't quite know. One of them is definitely more on the cooler side. This one, the Revlon one, is more cool tone. Ah, no! And the Patrick Ta is a little bit more warm. So, okay, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit more of a dense brush and dip into the Patrick Ta, and I'm going to apply this higher up, pretty much directly where I put that highlighter. I really hope you can see, because in my mirror I can see the blush going on, but when I look in the monitor, can't see the blush. Okay, now I'm gonna take the Rosy Rendezvous shade. It looks so pretty on Allie Glines, but I don't know if I can get it. Like, I don't know how I feel about it yet. And then I'm going to put this, kind of blending that edge out and mixing them a little bit. Kind of creating a more neutral color. I wiped the brush off and now I'm just going to kind of feather this back. A lot of blending right here. Taking a bigger brush now because it's a little softer and it might blend a little easier. With whatever got picked up on this fluffy brush, I'm going to run it on my nose, chin, and along my hairline. I like to put blush up here also because I feel like it just melts everything together. Well, like, it brings everything together, I should say. Okay, I'm going to take my sponge and kind of press over the blush very lightly just to bring some of that down a little bit, especially on the edges so they're not harsh. Let's move on to lips. I have two lip liners in front of me, and the first one is this Milani Understatement lip liner in this shade 160 Cafe au Lait. I think this might be a little too on the brownie warmy side, so I think I'm going to use this Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade Good and Plenty. Okay, the lighting is changing in the room, I can tell, so I'm trying to wrap this up. Okay, I'm going to put some lipstick on now. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Bare Affair. This is like the perfect nude for me. And I'm going to press this in the center. It's just barely lighter than that lip liner. It just helps bring a little bit more dimension to the lips. And I'm using my finger to press that down. So now here is the lip gloss. I got the shade Glacier, and I will say that I have used these before. I have used this since I got it, and the key for me is if I keep dipping back in, if I like apply it to the bottom lip and then dip back in and then apply to the top lip, it's way too sticky and it gets all gummy on the inside and it like has those little lip gloss strings in the center of my mouth. Nope, don't like that. So what I like to do with this is just apply it to the bottom lip focusing it on the edge and right there. And then I like to press my lips together to put that gloss up on top and just kind of mush it all over my lips. I will say that these lip glosses smell so good, like this yummy vanilla-y scent, and it kind of reminds me, I used to buy this lip gloss when I was in middle school from Bath and Body Works, and it smelled exactly like this. It was like this clear, sparkly scent color, and it was like vanilla. I also had an orange one and a like raspberry sherbet one, and I wore those to death. Did anybody else have those? Because I did, and I love them. And this smell reminds me of that lip gloss. So I'm just going to set them with this brow gel. Gonna set them with my 24-hour brow setter. I want something a little bit brighter on my inner corner, so I'm gonna find something to put there real quick. Okay, I found this. This is another Supershock shadow. This is just one of their standard colors that they have, and it is in the shade Frog. It's this pretty purpley color. I'm gonna place it right in this very inner corner. I'm gonna kind of fade it into that gold, but I really like this. It kind of ties in that purple on that outer corner. Yeah, definitely. Adding the blush and the lip color and mascara definitely helped tie everything together, and it doesn't look so weird now, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out. This palette is so pretty. Not only is it super adorable on the outside, the inside is just like so unique and rich and velvety. And even though I own some greens and blues, and I definitely own colors like Old Growth, there's just something about the assortment and the saturation of pigment that goes on your eye and just the ease that it blends out to. You can really sheer it out, or you can just like pack it on and make it really stand out. It's just so unique, and I really like the array. It's like a really rich velvety rainbow, which I personally like better than bright rainbows. So moving on to the Supershock and the lip gloss. I really love these Supershocks. The formula is great. They make great toppers or just like a one and done sparkly shade to wear with a bold lip. I really like to do that too. They're just really good foolproof glittery eyeshadows that are very affordable. This lip gloss, I really love the ultra glossy lip, and my newest obsession as far as Colourpop lip products go is the new Luxe lip oils. I love those lip oils. That being said, I like this gloss. I really like the shade and what it does to my lips, and I like the formula. It's not sticky, only if you put a little bit on, like one swipe, press, and that's it. If I put too much on, it's a sticky, gloopy mess, and I do not like that. When I wear it like this, I really do like it, and it's very pretty, and it just smells so delicious. I don't find that the scent lingers if that is an issue for you, if you don't like that. It's not an overpowering, sickening scent. It's just whenever you like open it and you start to put it on, and it's like, ooh, yum. And then it's kind of just like dissipates away, but you're just like, yummy. I think this will be around for a while, so if you haven't gotten it or you were not able to get it on a restock, I actually don't know if they have restocked this. Let me check. Have they restocked it yet? Okay, well, if they have restocked it, it's out of stock again. But I'm sure they will keep it around for a while. I know that with Kathleen Light's collabs, those get kept for at least a year or so, for quite a long time. So I assume they will do the same with this collection. It's not something I feel like they would just bring out once and only restock once, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not in that area of expertise or anything like that, so don't take my word for it. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, I really like it, and I really like the look I created. It's definitely not something that's just like, I definitely went pretty bold today, but I feel like you could create something really simple and everyday even if you just used one of those two lightest shades, Puffball and Old Growth, and then slapped on one of these Supershock shadows all over the lid, and it would just like mesh it together and subdue it a little bit and just make it so beautiful for every day. Even if you didn't wear a bright lip, but I would, because I really like bright, bold lips. That is it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. And I will see you guys in my next video. I already got little. I'm gonna go back into that first. I'm gonna use that first shade. Not the first. Perfect. So